everyone, welcome back. It's Angela. How are you guys doing? A very warm welcome to each and every one of you, and thank you for taking out time to come and join me on my channel today. I've got another quick and easy project for us to do, and I'm going to surprise you. So I've worked it through. Let's hope it works out. All right, so come and join me. It's going to be some time well spent, I hope. Now, what I'm going to use is I'm going to use some baking paper, but guys, please, you can use any kind of paper that you have. You can use the Amazon paper, you can use brown paper, you can use scrap paper, craft paper, deli paper, newspaper, whatever you want to do. I'm just going to grab a piece of baking paper for this project. So it's a case of look for what you have. Even book page paper, any kind of paper is going to work with this kind of project, even digitals if that's what you want to use. Right, so what I've got is I've got a piece of baking paper here, and my baking paper is a it's got a non-stick side, but it's organic, so you can use glue to stick on it. I have got the link for the brand and everything in my Amazon link if you want to go and take a look, but I'm not sure if it's where it's available and where it's not. But of course, I like to just say that you can use and adapt these things to whatever you're able to get hold of where you live. All right, so this doesn't have to be baking paper. Now, what I've got is a piece, and I will tell you it probably measures the size, I think it's a bit longer than an A4, so yeah, I'm going to just tell you how many inches. It's the width of the roll, so it's 15 inches in length, and that will be 30 plus 3. We're looking at 38 centimeters there and thereabouts as far as the length's concerned. And the width, I've just torn off a piece that's 9 inches wide, or in centimeters 23, there or thereabouts. This is an estimation. I'm going to just fold that in half like that, so that we have 38 centimeters or 15 inches more or less, and then you have about 4.5 inches or 11.5 centimeters. Yeah, so that's what the piece we're going to work with. And what I'm going to do, as you can see, I've been folding around and playing around with this. I'm going to just take a piece at the top, fold about 1/2 inch or 1.5 centimeters at the top, just so I've got a nice little fold. And then I didn't measure this, but I'll tell you what I've done. About 3.5 inches to 9.5 centimeters, I've sort of made a fold like that. Ooh, where's my handy bone folder? There we go, so one of these. All right, so you've got that. And it's an estimate, guys, so don't worry about that too much. Then the next little fold is 5 centimeters or 2 inches. So I've got that there. All right, so I'm going to just fold that down and then fold that up. I'll run through this in a minute again. And then I've done the same again. So we've got 3.5 there, we've got 3.5 there, and then 2 there. So this again is 9, 5, and then what's left, which is, yeah, pretty much 3 inches at the end. So we have a little stepped thing that looks sort of like this. All right, so if you have a look at it again, you've got 3.5 inches, 2, 3.5, 2, and what's left, which I think is about 3. Okay, so that's what we have got there, and the bit that you've turned over at the top as well, of course. All right, so that's the way it looks, and when it folds up, it looks like stacked pockets like that, and that's how quick and easy that bit is to do. And I just like to keep the fold lines nice and shaped, and then you can see it's nice and trimmed, and I'm quite happy with that. So there we go. Now what I want to do is I want to stick down some scraps. I've been in the scrap pile and I've pulled together a few things here. So just going to grab these bits. I've got these bits, they were from an Amity Bloom kit. I've just cut bits to fit in that area there, and I'm going to stick it down with my glue, one over there like that. So let's get those stuck down first of all. Now I'm using my glue stick. It does, I don't think that's probably not the best glue to use for this. So I'm going to use my art glitter glue. I'm going to just put some glue. I thought I'd done this. It's stuck a bit there. And so I'm going to just put some of this art glitter glue right to the edges here with this one. Now, if you've got baking paper that you're struggling to get the glue to work or adheres, then perhaps you want to just stitch around each one of these, and I'll show you how that's going to work in a minute. So I'm going to just stick that down. There we go. And then I'm going to do the same with this one as well. So just getting that all nice and ready. Really nice and quick, this project. And I did a very similar thing in my recipe journal. And I really loved how that worked out. So I thought I'd do it, but not in the recipe journal style today. Right, so there we've got that one stuck down. How easy is that? And then the last one is just a piece from, I think this was my Prince the Daisy kit, and I'm going to stick that down just in the front there. I quite like the colours and how they work there. So yeah, I think I must make another folio, altered folio. I really love making those. Something to think of. And then I'm going to stick this one down at the front over here like that. So again, I'm going to just take the glue. Now guys, remember, if you're not going to sew, make sure you get the glue to the edges. I know some people have baking paper or grease proof or whatever you call it, that they really struggle to get the glue to stick down. My suggestion is, if you have a sewing machine, give that a go, because once it's sewn, it's done. That's it. All right, so there we go. Okay, now what I'm going to do ever so quickly is I'm going to just stitch across these lines here. So I'm going to hold them one by one just to make sure that that will stitch. And then, so I'm going to do those 3 first, and then I'm going to just stitch right round the edge to keep it in place. You don't have to do that. You can just take your glue and stick down the edge bits there, and of course over here as well. That would work equally as well. And you can see my glue is sticking, so there's no problem with that. All right, so I'll see you back here. Okay, so I'm back, and you can see I've just stitched across there, which I did first, and then I just stitched everything right round. So now if I take a little tag here, you can see I have a pocket over there. I've got a pocket over there, and I'll have a pocket behind as well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just take a piece of paper, so a page that I have, and I'm going to stick this down onto this piece of paper over here, and I'm going to keep it towards the bottom slightly, so sort of that area there. So this is just an example of a journal page. So I'm going to do that. The way I'm going to stick it is I'm going to run the glue just around the edges there. Okay, so we're going to use the art glitter glue. So this one is a great one to use. And then we're going to just run the glue around the borders here. So this is closed already. So let's just put some glue just on the edges here, like that, and then at the bottom and at the top, all sides. So we got it on the 3 sides that we're going to glue, and that is the front. So I just want to get that sort of towards the bottom edge of my page, and I think that's about it. So we'll just stick that down nicely like that. Okay, and while that is drying, I'm going to just decorate this little front bit. So I've got a few bits here. I've got a little scrap of paper, and I'm going to just put that across the bottom there, I think. So I'll just measure that up, and I think that's where I need to cut it off. So that's fine. Hopefully that's the right length, and I'm going to just put that towards the bottom. So using up all the scraps I can find that sort of go together here for the base of this. So there we go. So let's stick that on the top, and I think these colors look so pretty together. So I'm loving that. Right, so there we go. And then I'm going to put a little bit of a label. I think this is one of my chapter 1 labels, and I'm going to put it this way. I think I'm going to stick it down like that. So let's get that done. I do love all the bits and pieces that we sort of embellish and decorate things with. I cut out a whole load the other night while I was watching Call the Midwife, which I love, and I was in absolute tears after watching on series 7, and I've watched it all many times, and every time I'm in tears when I do, because Barbara died and it was just awful. And my daughter wanted to know why I was blubbering, yeah, but it was so, you know, you watch this and you sort of, you know, form a bond with the characters on the TV, even though you know it's not true, and it's just awful. So I was like really sad. Anyway, so she was laughing at me because it's just a TV program, but you know, I do love that program, and I'm so happy we have series 10 now. So I'm loving watching that. Right, I've got a little sentiment here from my typewriter kit. It just says B-E-A beautiful. So we're going to use that one. And we're going to stick it over there. So there we go. Oh, that little flower was 2 to a page that I printed from my new digital floral kit. And that's just a butterfly that is perfect for the colouring for this. Also from one of my butterfly kits. All the colours are my favourites, so you can't go wrong there. And I think I'm going to just stick that over there like that. Yes. What do you think, everyone? There we go. So that's lovely. Now comes the exciting bit, and I enjoyed doing this, so I hope you do too. And luckily it lays flat. It lies flat. What I've done is I've grabbed a mixture of the floral kits that I have in my store, and you will have seen I've got a second one now, and I've just cut them out. These are some of the new ones, these are some of the old ones, and I've taken the same sort of color scheme here, and I'm going to just put them into these pockets here. So we're making a pocket full of posies. That's what we're doing. How's that? I just wanted to arrange them. That one can go in a little bit further. And I thought this was a good idea, because when you're writing in your journal, you like to have these little florals on hand to decorate up the pages when you're putting in your little notes and things. So how, you know, this way they're all ready to go. So I'm putting in a couple here. I'm getting a little bit there. There we go. So it's coming along. And then I've got a couple more that I am going to, again, both of all of these are from the kits that I've put in my shop, so you can't go wrong there. And I've just taken the colors that sort of go. So I've got pinks and peaches here, and we are just filling up the little pockets as you do. Nice little purpley pink one. So that'll look coming along nicely there. I want to pull out the white one a little bit more. And then I've got a bigger version of that. This is 1 to a page, that's 2 to a page. And I thought that one could just tuck it in over here. There we go. So how pretty is that? It does really look like a 3D vase. The nice thing is that when you close the book, it'll all lie flat. Look at that, nice and flat. And then when you open the page, it springs to life and looks like a real vase of flowers. Doesn't it look lovely? So I do love that. And then what I thought was, just for the back, because I wanted a bit of can't think today, I wanted to put a bit of a bow in, and then I put it onto one of my floral journaling cards like that. So I've just stitched it onto recycled card, and then that can go in the very top pocket at the back, and then we've got a little bit of a bow sticking out there. All right, so when you press it again, it's all nice and flat, and then when you leave it, it sort of 3Ds itself. So there we go. How quick was that? And I think that's going to be really effective. Of course, you don't have to put flowers in these kinds of pockets. You can always put in cards and other pieces of ephemera, but I'm always looking for bits and pieces in my journal when I want to write some notes and things and pretty up the pages. So I thought this would be perfect, and it also looks pretty while it's waiting to be used, and you can keep adding to them as well. All right, so that's our little project today. Short and sweet, but I think it's a good one, and really quick and easy to put together. So I know you can do this. So go and look for some lovely florals, or of course, if you want to use these that I've used, you can find the digital kits in my description box just below the video. So I'll put the links there for you as well. But any florals will work, of course. Okay, so ladies and gents, of course, have a wonderful weekend. Go and give this a try, and go and use the waste paper or any other paper, you know, that Amazon paper or any packaging paper. Even newspaper would work, you know. You're going to cover it up, and it's going to look really gorgeous on your page. So thank you guys. Leave a note in the comments below and let me know what you think. And do go give it a try. I always love hearing when you guys have had a go at something that I've made. It makes me smile. And I'll see you very soon. Thank you guys. Bye bye.